Awesome. So how goes, Mr. Sean?
Good. How are you doing?
You know, going crazy around here, upside down, trying to find my
Right.
track upright.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ugh. Harley, Warren.
Yes, sir. This has been quite the us trying to get this going kind of thing.
Yeah, that's just how I'm used to it because everybody I talk to mostly are 40s, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and life is life. So I can't get impatient with people. Shit happens. Now I'm gonna test your metal knowledge. There's a guitar player in Rat, and his name is the same as yours. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Mr.
Nice,
DeMartini. Yes,
nice. There we
sir.
go.
Yep. Warren DeMartini. Oh yeah, man. I used to listen to those guys back in the day, when they were in their heyday.
Right.
Yes,
I
sir.
Me too. I was born in Southern California and
Well, you probably went to some of the well, yeah, you probably
oh,
went to some of the time over there, man.
I
On the
never got
sun.
to go I never got to go to any shows because I was really young and my mom, like, the funny story is my godmother is the aunt to Michael Anthony of Van Halen.
Okay, wow. That's
So
cool.
she ruined it for me because she would tell my mom everything that would happen at a show.
Oh, man.
So she'd talk about how everybody was smoking weed and then doing coke and everything. So my mom's like, "You're never going." And then
Oh,
finally, no, I'm like, my idols. I grew up worshiping David Lee Roth, but it's funny. I loved all that shit. I got into it because of my godmother, but then yeah, I got into Rat, Motley Crue,
oh, yeah.
Dawkins, all that shit, all of it,
All the good 80s stuff, it sounds like, man. Yeah.
classic. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah, I did the band thing for a while, and then I kinda just, eventually that dried up. I mean, we tried, we gave it that good old college try, but,
yeah,
it's a pretty easy business, but it's like anything
right.
else. And
Oh,
entertainment is cutthroat, and it's just hard.
it's funny, I did too. I followed the dream. I first wanted to be in a hard rock band. I didn't
Yep.
have the chops. I emulated Van Halen, so I wanted to be like that.
You wanted to be like David Lee Roth or something?
I want I wanted to be a showman like David Lee Roth, but then I wanted to have the genius of Eddie Van Halen. And so
Right?
but I didn't have the chops. So I discovered thrash metal, but I still didn't have the chops. That was even more serious. And then I got into grunge and especially Nirvana, and that inspired me even more. I was like, "Fuck it." They simplified everything, and their message was great, and I could relate to that more. But I just couldn't, I couldn't find I couldn't find a band. And then towards like the late '90s, like the music business changed, and my health, like I had lung damage from smoking, so I gave up.
Here, yeah, disappeared, and that was it.
Well,
Run.
Another thing I discovered was, I would meet people in not just music, but in the film industry and all, and I found a lot of people I just couldn't relate to. Um, it just it seems
Yep.
very, like, over the top and, um, they're very, shallow and insincere with everything, and I just
Yeah.
couldn't get it, and I didn't discover punk until later, but, I was, kinda glad I never went further with it, because it just sounds gross, like, you hear all these horror stories now, and you talk to people and, like, either either the either the bands are gross or the music execs are gross and they don't care, and,
Right.
once the '90s hit, if you were in a hard rock band, literally within a year, you were, like, done.
You're gone, yeah. Yeah.
So,
You hit.
yeah, yeah. There you go.
That's the thing
Um,
about great business is, yeah.
Right. I'm not tough enough. I got really depressed. I got high blood pressure from my parents. I couldn't handle singing like I used to. It's a really tough business. There's a certain type of depression they diagnose for people, all your hopes and dreams and to get crushed.
It just falls apart, yeah. Like, I was supposed to get back with my old band. I'm here in Tampa. We were all up like, in the early '90s, we were all over, and we were doing heavy metal, you know? We weren't doing, like, the glam metal or the hair metal stuff. We were doing more like the Iron Maiden, Priest, that style. And we were all over the area over here in the early '90s. I mean, I got sick a couple of years ago, so I couldn't jam with them. We were supposed to reunite, and I my whole thing is, like, I would probably have to bring an oxygen tank with me now to
Right. I get it, man. I get it.
a note, man, or something.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I send you anything? I don't think I sent you any of the stuff, or I may have sent you a video from YouTube or something. I don't know. Or the back.
No.
I'll send you something so you can see what we sounded like, back then. I mean, I was
Yeah.
20s then, so
Right.
I mean, I'm 2 years shy of 60, so I just turned 58. And
All right. Nice.
but what I did is I kinda, like, transitioned from doing the music to acting. I started to get into acting, and, I think I sent you the movie that I was in um the one with the actor from the Ed Wood movies, Conrad Brooks from Ed he was in the Tim Burton movie. He had double billing in the Tim Burton movie. And then, he did that, but then we did a movie with him, he and, a sequel to it, I guess, if you will, the Ed Wood movie, but, his character, Jamie, comes back, but he's more as a retired police officer. And now the aliens are back, and he's gotta fight the aliens all over again, but now he's an old man, so he has to enlist people to help him to do it. And I play a Men in Black character. We
Nice.
basically, alien guy. He wasn't really a Men in Black, he was more like because Men in Black's sort of like the government
Right.
kinda thing. He was more like it was 2 aliens, and they were basically, working with a transvestite alien from outer space, kind of Queen Morphia. I think I sent you the movie, I'm not sure, but it's really long. You would have to, like, take breaks, and kinda, like, watch it a little bit and then take a break, and you know what I mean? And so you
Yeah.
finish it. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun to do the movie, and, we did it. Yeah, Conrad Brooks said one of the summer.
So,
The
uh,
internet's probably real thin, probably.
yeah, that's great. It's funny you say that you transition. To be honest with you, I wish I had pursued comedy or something in the industry as far as lighting or anything. I think I would have done a lot better because I could have learned skills that would have helped me stay within the business, but out in front. I would have enjoyed that more.
My wife and I did that. We started writing scripts. But it was fun doing the acting, and I I did one called B-Movie. I think I sent you the trailer for it. Yeah, I did that, and then I sent you that little bit of dialogue that I did for I was gonna do for something else, you know? But yeah, it's fun. I like doing the acting. It is fun. I mean, you have to sit there and really study and figure out the character and all of that type of stuff, but
I
once you
like
get a hook
I
on it, you wanna do it.
Right. Well, you know what? I would if I could. I'd be voice acting, but I live in Juneau. It's committed here. They have a small theater company, but I don't want to pursue theater per se. I'd like to get more confidence in front being in front of people. I haven't played a lot of shows. I'm fairly funny if I'm comfortable, and I can
Yeah,
do it. But
yeah,
what's that?
I got offered a sitcom, and I'm hoping that I can do it at some point, when they do it.
That's exciting though. Fuck, I would take anything, man. I would love to be doing
I
that.
know the true Tom, and I was like, and the main character's a puppet. And I'm like, well, okay,
Nice.
I'll do it. Why not? And
Is it
writer's really good. He writes really well. I do better. I'm not really like innately funny. I mean, I can be funny. Like everybody can be something,
right?
but scripted, I can do. I seem to do better funny than I do. You know what I mean? Um, but I mean, I have
Seems
my moments.
easier.
I have my moments. Yeah, it does. Oh yeah, once you get down, like you know the rhythm and you know how the character works, how all that, and you play it and you can figure it out and you can get into it, and there you go. You get the humor down and you're working it.
Right. Yeah, I remember, I've only been on a movie set once, and it was for a video for this band, Veruca Salt. I don't know if you remember them.
I remember. I've heard of them. Yeah.
So this is a funny story. This roommate of mine, he was going to I live in Chicago at the time, and he went to Columbia, which is a liberal arts school, and the band had put flyers out. They needed extras for their video. So my roommate grabs me and we go one morning, and we spent the entire day on scaffolding, and I fucking loved it. We got paid. There's food. There's about 200 people and college students and kids. And it
Oh,
was funny. I loved it. The whole scene, it was great. I met some really nice people. What ended up happening was, I don't know if this makes sense, but back in the day, one of the effects was wet wall, where the background looks wet and like water.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So we're standing there
Sometimes
and you see,
sometimes lighted kind of thing.
right. So
Right.
what happens is they blurred out people and you see movement, but it's all the band moving. So
Oh, that's cool, man.
but I told my mom because I was like, "Oh, this is cool. She'll be excited." So I sent it her. I went to a Tower Records and I saw the video for the first time. I'm like, "What the fuck? You can't tell anybody. You can't recognize anybody's face. All you see is movement of people." But I
Manipulate
loved it.
and manipulated like the way that,
Right?
right?
I was
That's
like,
cool.
"What the fuck? 12 hours? Okay."
Bro, man, that really does.
I but I loved it. I could have just done that. I could have just started a career in being an extra, being in the background, all that shit. I would have done that.
I got a friend, that's what he does. I was actually cast in a movie. Are you familiar with the most famous like extra, the most famous,
Ah,
oh, what is his name? I can't think of his name, but he kissed the supermodel, the commercial, the football commercial, Super
ah,
Bowl. He
no, sorry.
he I was cast in a movie. They haven't got the funding yet, but I was cast in a movie where he plays my son, and he's been in like tons of movies, TV shows. He plays my son in the movie, and Kathy Coleman from Land of the Lost plays
The
my wife,
original?
the girl, the original Land of the Lost, the girl. Yeah. Well,
Wow.
I had a crush on, but then I had a crush on more than one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I mean, and I was cast, and then Wesley Orr, who plays her brother, was cast as the doctor in the movie, and
Oh, wow.
and they're not Crane's son. I mean, it's a wild cast, but the movie's called Coffee Breaks, but it's still trying to get the funding on it.
Cool.
Yeah, so
So,
yeah, hopefully someday that'll come through, and it'll be made into a
right.
movie. Yeah,
You just gotta wait and see, right? Now you'll see movies funded from different countries and different groups. Another thing that you can make money off of. So you have whoever funding it.
yeah. Yeah, I took out some lunch boxes because I wanted to share those with you too.
I saw that. I gotta ask real quick on your cover. Is that the guy who acted in that show with the big yellow character? I forgot the name of it. Not is it great? Not Great Space Coasters. It's
Puffin stuff, is that what you're
yeah,
yeah, Sid and Marty Krofft, yeah, HR Puffin stuff. I'm like a
that's
huge
him.
yeah, I had the whole set of the lunch boxes at one point.
Wow.
My other collection, that was before we moved, and we went out to California for a little while, speaking of California.
Yeah.
We were up for a little bit, and I was gonna. That's the other thing. Land of the, or not Land of the Lost, but Long Beach, California. We were there in Long Beach, California. That's where we stayed, and we were kind of not too far, but a little far away from like one of the bad neighborhoods in Long Beach, California. And they were literally shooting a TV show or a movie or something there on one of the side roads in Long Beach.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, "What's going on down there?" It was all blocked off. You could see the big
Right.
trucks, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, "What the heck's going on down there?"
Right. I grew up in a suburb, and LA County is just a huge film set. There's always random filming. The movie House, the horror movie that came out in 86, they filmed that in the town I grew up in. And in the next town over in Arcadia, they had filmed something. Pasadena's really famous.
You probably saw it all the time when you were.
Not all the time, but enough where you're just expecting it.
You're like, "Oh, I'm used to this now." Yeah.
Right. My mom and I were staying at a motel for a moment in Arcadia, and there's a Santa Anita racetrack, and it's famous. They filmed a Mazda commercial there, and it was really weird. Then you see it released on TV. It's fucking wild.
Cool. But anyway, I was gonna share some of these with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the ones that I think you've probably seen on Facebook or whatever, but here's, I don't know, you probably remember that, right?
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe.
They're releasing that remake now. I don't know when. I think it's out or they're going to.
Little thermos, but the thermos is missing the cup and, the lid, but, you know.
Nice. Hey,
And, yeah, I don't know what that is, but something in there. But yeah, that's one of them, and the rest of these are plastic though. But, we got Garfield.
nice.
Doesn't have the cup with it or the thermos with it. It's just, I don't think I think The Simpsons is the other one. They got Simpsons here too, but then I got another Garfield here.
Nice.
Yep. And then there's this oddball one. Um, Lessons in a Lunchbox: Healthy Essentials and Facts About Snacks.
Wow.
Yeah, and then on the back it's got whatever that is.
So it's actually educational. That's interesting.
Usually it's entertainment, but yeah,
Right.
here's The Simpsons. And then
Wow.
that one has the bottle with it.
Nice. I'm sure that one's got a lot of value to it, huh?
I don't know on that one. I don't know if it's like crazy valuable or anything. It's, not too bad, I guess, but it's probably like a $30, $40 one maybe. But
Are you more into just collecting rather than wheeling and dealing or
with it before, like, maybe doing like selling or whatever, but I had a collection. I had about 126 of them. And,
wow.
my last big collection before we went out to California. We went out to California for a month, and then we were in Colorado for, like, almost 3 months.
Wow.
I like Colorado a lot. I like California too, but, yeah, but I had 126 boxes, and I only got, I think, a little over 2 grand for them. And, I mean, we're talking I had the Munsters, which by itself was probably 1,200,
I was gonna say,
That's a good one, pricey one.
wait, so did you see the Rob Zombie Monsters movie?
Yeah, I thought it was alright kind of thing, where it's this question.
I think to be honest with you, I like Rob Zombie stuff. I think he should have got a different writer for that one. But,
Yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, Daniel Roebuck, he played Grandpa in the movie,
yeah.
and when I did that show, I did this show called Coffee Breaks Thursdays with Jason Zalakis, and, on that, I booked well, I mean, I cold asked Daniel Roebuck if he would do the
Wow.
show. He said, "Yeah." So Dan did the show. We had Keith Coogan do the show.
Really?
Uh,
I was trying to get that guy. I picked that up. I almost had him, but then I screwed it up.
what happened there? What was
I had another podcast of the one I originally hit you up on, and something happened where I freaked out and I had to put it on pause, and I told him that, and then that was a big turn. I think that turned him off, and then I re-released. So it's kind of my fault, but yeah, I was excited, man. I almost got him to come on. He's a nice
Oh,
guy.
wow. Oh yeah, yeah. He's real. I have a friend Dewey Sean. I don't know if you're familiar. Yeah.
That's exciting. So do you still do the podcast or
No, it's been about I think about 4 years since we did the podcast. But we had a bunch of like LA local actors, some B movie people, a whole bunch of different people. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It the challenge became fun. I mean, initially I was like, oh, I don't want to. Oh man, this is gonna suck.
Gee,
Yes, you know what I mean. I don't have the balls for this, but somehow it pulled them out. I was like, because I mean, you know how it is, man. Trying to ask people and you get anxious, man. It's anxious. You know what
you
I'm
know
saying? Or
it's
I did
you
it.
know what? I had the worst moment of this. Usually I go in is with this pretty lax and I just try to talk and all that. But the most nervous I had was about 6 months ago. I had Seika on, the porn star. And oh man, she was brutal though. Like and then I got like really nervous because she was just really blunt and not friendly and very abrupt. I'm not judging. That's just how she is. I was caught off guard. I just got nervous and I could hear her husband, what the fuck was that shit? I know that feeling and have to be in the right frame of mind or mood. I know you're feeling, man.
I don't think I could do what you're doing, you know, with this. I mean, I
Yeah,
was the whole just by itself, just contacting people, cold,
yeah,
what I call cold contact, because they don't know you, you don't know them.
right.
And just contacting people, I mean, it takes some, you know, just by itself. But what you do, I mean, you contact people and you do the thing. That's my hat's off to you, my friend.
Okay,
That's some fucking shit right there. You know what I mean?
thanks.
That is furious. Like, you know what I mean? I
I
do.
think
I kid you
I
not.
think it's from being an only child and I don't I'll talk to anybody. I talk to people all the time. So I'm pretty used to that. And I up here it's I work at a restaurant, and I used to work at a grocery store. People I love just talking to random people. I think,
Right?
like I said, everybody has a story and it's fun. And I also want to emphasize, I appreciate you doing this. I thought your profile is interesting. You're always a nice guy. You're the kind of person you get on the show because it's just, you have a better moment.
Right? Yeah, I mean it's I like doing these interviews too. I like, talking to people as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, this whole conversations thing it feels more personable, you know what I mean? And like I like how it's more like, you're talking about things with you and vice versa with your guest. And
Right.
I like it. I think it's a really cool concept, and I like it more so than an interview, straight up
Thank
interview.
you. Thank you.
So
If I lived in Seattle or LA, one of the bigger, cities, I definitely would probably do more in person, but it's just it's easier this way. I get that's the other thing that makes it easier is like, you're talking to people and it's basically like, you're in a different place. I think it was more in person, I'd be more nervous.
yeah, or like a straight up interview kind of thing. Cause yeah,
Right.
I know that would make me nervous.
What
But yeah, I like the show. It's good.
I I appreciate that. So aside from acting and collecting, what else is going on with you?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So are you from Florida?
yeah, I'm from St. Petersburg originally.
Oh, okay. St. Pete's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a beach person?
Oh, I was when I was younger. I was at the beach all the time. The last time I went was about 4 years ago. I went with a friend of mine was down from Pennsylvania, and he stayed with us, and we went out there to the beach and spent the day out there. And that's the last time I've been out at the beach. But yeah, I love the beach. It's just I don't get out there enough.
I like beaches. That whole culture of just hanging out and enjoying the weather, and
Oh,
Oh, no, I used to when I was a kid, we'd go to the beach. I lived in the suburbs. We would go with friends, and we'd go to out to Huntington Beach or one of the beaches
yeah.
out there.
Where my buddy lives, the one that did was we were doing the show together. He lives in
Nice.
Huntington. Yeah, yeah. But over here, I don't really do a whole lot. I mean, there's, not a lot to do. Because I'm sort of like I'm in town and country,
Okay.
not too far from Niles County, on the Hillsborough side. But there's really not a whole lot to do here where I am.
Yeah.
I mean, if I got out and ventured out more, I would get, go up the road, then there's more to do that way. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to, as long as you're enjoying your life. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, my life right now is so busy with trying to help with family. It's just like incredibly, busy that way.
Right.
Like it to be more busy in creative ways, and I'm hopefully
Yeah.
that'll again. But for now, I just do what I need to do here and do for the family, and that's it.
Right. I'm with you, man. I'm a grandpa. I have a 9-year-old granddaughter with my oldest son, and then my youngest daughter, she had a little girl. So it's grandma times.
Well, I have two grandsons. I haven't seen them for a little bit because they're in St. Pete. I'm in Tampa, and I don't get over that
Yeah.
way. But when I was spending time with them and seeing them, and at Christmas and things like that. Yeah, I love them to death.
Yeah.
They're they're my little buddies, even though they're getting older, so they're cranky and like to give me a hard time, but that's all right.
Right.
I
Yeah.
still love.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you say that. My oldest granddaughter, she's 9, and so like I always mess with her, and
Yeah.
she's got a great sense of humor. And then my little youngest, she's only 1.5. How old's Phoebe? 1.5. So she's developing everything. It's great when you're still the epitome of what's cool, and then they hit the double digits, and they're just ugh. You're so
Oh,
lame.
I wanna hang around grandpa. He's so old, man.
Right?
He's
Just
crusty.
lame.
He's crusty and old. I don't wanna be
Right.
around him.
Right.
That's how they're gonna be. I mean, they're already going, "I'm playing my game."
Right.
Yeah. It's like, "What do you mean you're playing?" "I'm playing my
Right.
game."
Right.
It's like, "I wanna spend some time with you, and, and this and that."
Right.
No.
Right. What? Come on, man. Like this shit's not gonna last forever.
Gotta be
Yeah.
kidding. I wanna hang with grandpa, and
I
you know,
know.
we used to play and run around the house and do all nope, don't wanna. I'm playing on the
Yeah.
game. I'm playing on my game, or whatever.
Right.
Have fun.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny is my son, he's a programmer and he's head of the IT or whatever. He is really strict with technology because he doesn't want that. He makes my granddaughter read. She always very creative because the internet scares the shit out of him. And my daughter-in-law, they're like, no, you're not going to be on your phone 24/7 and all that.
Danger on the internet, you got.
I'm saying, man, I saw this documentary on QAnon on HBO, and I learned about the dark web and the black web, and that shit is probably the scariest thing in existence for me because it's so menacing and deceptive, dangerous. You can buy anything. It's just gross.
Well, the dark web is really scary. Yeah, I wouldn't let a kid anywhere near it if I could, if I had, but if I was in control of the situation, I'd be like,
Right.
no, you're not doing the black web. Yeah,
Nothing. Right.
I you know, yeah, kids need to
And
be kept.
right. You got to go play and you got to go learn stuff and just you got to go make mistakes.
Play, run around, and have fun.
Right. Well, cool. Hey, Warren. We could try this again. You have a lot of shit to say.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Did you ever go surfing?
Oh, did I ever surf? I think I tried skimboarding one time.
Right.
I don't remember it going well though.
Yeah. No. No. You don't. To be honest with you, I wouldn't believe you if you were like, yeah, I was perfect at it. You can't be. Those things are hard as hell. Cool. Well, hey, Warren, I appreciate you doing this though.
good time doing this. So
Yeah, this is great. I definitely want to bring you back on. I really enjoyed talking to you. I appreciate you coming on and doing this because you could have done anything. You chose to hang out. So I appreciate that a lot.
absolutely a great conversation, and we had some fun there, a little joking around, and
Yeah.
yeah, good
So,
times.
all right, Warren, you have a good night and, best to you and your family and take care.
Yes, sir.
All
Yeah,
right. Thank you.